Hello dear fans, friends and subscribers. This is your host Ram welcoming you to your daily edition of the Cricket Happening Show. In this Cricket Happening Show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brief preview of two matches. One is a very big match which is coming up, and as you know, England came from behind to stun New Zealand in the first Test match. Now the attention will be on the second Test match, where I'm sure New Zealand would like to put their best foot forward and probably give England a real challenge there. So England and New Zealand would be playing the second Test tomorrow at Headingley in Leeds, and we all know Headingley Leeds is such a pitch which definitely helps the bowlers. And then there is also another second one-day international which is coming up between Zimbabwe and Pakistan tomorrow, and Zimbabwe are definitely showing a lot of fight, and they are a much improved player team. And you know, the man, according to me, who has done all these improvements is Dave Watmore, because he is a sort of been a real success story as far as international cricket is concerned. Whichever team he has coached has really done well, and now Zimbabwe are definitely showing that they belong to this group, as they have started putting up a stiff challenge for the opposition, as we saw in the first one-day international, where Pakistan were run close by Zimbabwe, even though Zimbabwe lost by 41 runs. So that is second one-day international coming up, but Zimbabwe have their own troubles, as I would talk about. And also, as you know, the Australians are touring the West Indies, and yesterday was the start of the first match, the first tour match which started, which was the West Indies Board Presidents 11 taking on the Australians. But I thought the West Indies Board Presidents 11, well, initially they really struggled. They were really going down in the dumps, but I thought they recovered pretty well to put up a good score on the board. As I'm talking to you right now, I do see that the West Indies Board Presidents 11 have lost their last wicket here, and they all out for 382. But I think still it's a very commendable effort, keeping in view the tremendous Australian pace bowling attack which was actually being served to them. Well, so first let's go on to the preview, a brief preview of the England versus New Zealand second Test match, which is coming up tomorrow. England with their tail up in the series now, 1-0. And as far as England are concerned, well, I'm sure they would like to retain the winning combination. Adam Lith will be hoping that he could hit some form here, because he has been struggling. He didn't have a very good Test debut, so he would be probably hoping to get it right here along with Alistair Cook. Now, as far as the other batsmen in England, Alistair Cook, well, he played his part in an admirable manner as the captain of the England team, and he also led the team in a wonderful manner. Gary Ballance, well, Gary Ballance has been struggling. Now, Gary Ballance, whether he can get that right, that remains to be seen. Ian Bell, well, Ian Bell also had a match that you would not like to remember, as he was dismissed pretty early. Joe Root, I mean, he is always proving to be the Mr. Consistent for England now, because he has been getting up scores, very high scores in his repertoire, and he is doing pretty well. Joss Butler, whenever he gets an opportunity, he catches in. Ben Stokes was the real revelation of the first Test match, and he was the one who was instrumental, and he has already been talked about, probably a new Ian Botham or probably a new Andrew Flintoff. One has to wait and watch whether Ben Stokes can consistently deliver like Ian Botham and Andrew Flintoff. Moeen Ali contributed his might into the game, whether it be with bat, ball or in the field. Mark Wood had a decent debut, and he would, I'm sure that first Test experience would have really calmed his nerves, and I'm sure we are going to see a much better Mark Wood bowling in tandem with Stuart Broad and James Anderson. Stuart Broad also came into his own, but James Anderson, well, he only requires one more wicket to becoming the 12th bowler in the annals of Test history to take 400 Test wickets, but being the first Englishman to do so, and that is going to be a proud feeling when he achieves that tomorrow at Headingley in Leeds. And I have absolutely no doubt that James Anderson is going to get that elusive wicket, if at all in this particular Test, elusive wicket. I'm sure we are going to talk about James Anderson's 400 wickets in this Test. 400 we are going to talk about his 400th wicket in Test cricket for James Anderson. As far as New Zealand are concerned, they are the ones who have to do all the hard work. They are the ones who are under pressure, but also New Zealand have some injury worries, and which is pretty much disturbing, I would say, because New Zealand wanted to have to really get things in gear in the second Test match, because this is a 3-test series, and this will give them a chance to actually square the series for New Zealand. But the injury problems are there. BJ Watling, who is a very compact batsman, and he can really frustrate the opposition bowlers, as he showed. He's someone who is a doubtful starter because he's having a problem with his knee, and his place might be taken by Luke Ronchi, the wicketkeeper. So definitely have some reserves in store. New Zealand definitely have a lot of talent in their tank, I would say. And then Corey Anderson, the all-rounder, also has a back problem. He's also a doubtful starter, and he may well be replaced by Doug Bracewell. Now, as far as New Zealand are concerned, well, Tom Latham and Martin Guptill were looking in good, fine nick in the first innings, but in the second innings they faltered. Kane Williamson, he's a wonderful player. He got a century under his belt. Ross Taylor also looked good. Brendan McCullum he played an attacking innings, but failed in the second dig. And Doug Bracewell is also can bat a bit. Luke Ronchi, we all know he's a good bat, but he's more of an aggressive bloke rather than if you compare him to BJ Watling. Mark Craig, the red arm off spinner, couldn't create much of an impression, but he's also a useful bat lower down the order. Matt Henry definitely on his Test debut showed what he's capable of. He showed some real fire when he was bowling, and he nipped up the wickets pretty quickly on the first day. And then Tim Southee and Trent Boult, we all know it's an awesome combination of Tim Southee and Trent Boult. Trent Boult already in the first Test match, even though New Zealand lost, has already picked up a 5-wicket bag, so that would do him a great deal of good. And Tim Southee would like to emulate Trent Boult in the second Test match. Normally, I have a feeling that Headingley Leeds, the ball could swing a bit, and predominantly it has been seen that Headingley and Leeds, we do see the ball swings early in the morning, and one probably is waiting for the second Test to begin, as this battle is going to be really very crunchy. Now let's get on to the next preview, and that is the preview between Zimbabwe and Pakistan. As Zimbabwe are a much different unit now, under the tutelage of Dave Watmore, and now Zimbabwe, the second one-day international. Pakistan would be pretty wary about the Zimbabwe batting now, because they showed that even though there's a high total, they still can challenge it. So that means Pakistan would be pretty wary about Zimbabwe now, and Zimbabwe definitely showed that it was a perfect batting pitch, no doubt about it. But Zimbabwe definitely showed that they are someone who are belonging to this group. Their openers did a fine job, Lucy Sibanda and Sikandar Raza, and then Hamilton Masakadza, the captain of the Zimbabwean team, coming in as one drop. And the reason Hamilton Masakadza is going to be the captaining the side is because very unfortunate, because as you know, Zimbabwe definitely made a fist of that high score which was raised by Pakistan. The reason was that their captain Elton Chigumbura is a very versatile cricketer. He was one who would be actually missing due to overhead. He has been banned for the one-day internationals, which is pretty sad, but unfortunately that's what it is. Elton Chigumbura wouldn't be. So that is going to be a big blow according to me. So that will definitely dent their chances now. And Hamilton Masakadza would be captaining the side. Charles Coventry, well, probably this second one-day international might be the time for Charles Coventry to show what a wonderful player he is. He definitely has the great capability. Roy Kaya, the batsman, might make his debut. That's what the news is. Sean Williams has been doing his bit. He was promoted in the batting order, as you would know. So it would be interesting to see what Hamilton Masakadza does, whether he keeps it. Probably because of the high total, they promoted Sean Williams. He definitely delivered. Richmond Mutumbami is the wicketkeeper batsman who made his Test debut, made his one-day international debut the other match. Prosper Utsaya is also a very useful player. Nowadays, he definitely is a bit crippled because he can't bowl his off breaks, I suppose. So he is He's bowling his trundlers, the medium pace trundlers. Thinesha Paniangra, always a very good bowler, so that's a good bowling attack for Zimbabwe. Thinesha Paniangra and Brian Vittori. Whether tomorrow, whether we would see Tawanda Mupariwa, that is the question, whether he would be given a chance in place of either Pofu or Brian Vittori. One has to wait and watch. As far as, and they're going to play it on the same ground, that is at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore. And Pakistan, for them, well, they are definitely on a real high here, but they definitely have to be wary about the Zimbabwe batting. But Mohammad Hafiz is in good nick. Azhar Ali, Shoaib Malik, name it. Shoaib Malik already has made a comeback, and he made a great comeback into the team by scoring his scoring a one-day international century. And always, one thing is that Shoaib Malik is the most experienced player in this whole Pakistan lineup, because as you know, both Musbah-ul Haq and the other player Shahid Afridi have retired from one-day international cricket. So Shoaib Malik definitely makes up a lot for it, and with his experience he showed why Waqar Yunus, the coach, preferred Shoaib Malik, because he's the most experienced player in this whole lineup for Pakistan. Probably Mohammad Hafiz runs him a bit close there. Haris Sohail is in good form. Sarfraz Ahmed, we all know what a wonderful striker of the ball he is. He's a good wicket keeper too. Asad Shafi is a talented bloke. Anwar Ali, Hamad Azam, and this is the bowling card. Junaid Khan, Mohammad Sami got in for some severe tap from Chigumbra the other day, but Wahab Riaz bowled excellently, and Yasir Shah is the other leg spinner. So all in all, it looks to be one very good match coming up, because as I said, Zimbabwe are definitely showing a lot of fight here, and so the match is going to become pretty interesting. So now we are here in Australia. Sorry, we are here in West Indies, as I'm going to talk about the tour match which was played at the Sir Vivian. As I said, Australia are touring the West Indies, and this was the start of the Australian tour of the West Indies, which started off with the first-class match which was played at the Sir Vivian Richard Stadium, North Sound in Antigua. And the West Indies, as I said, they really struggled. The West Indies board President's 11 built up a lot of hopefuls, really struggled. They were reduced to 38 for 3 at one stage when Hazelwood and Fawad Ahmed were the wicket takers. Theophile made 4 with 1 boundary. Chandrika he made 74. He's an opener with 11 fours. Leon Johnson, we all know, who has already played a few test matches, was gone for naught. Brooks contributed 4. Fawad Ahmed was among the wickets too. Then we have Dowdich, who has played a bit of cricket. I do understand that Shane Dowdich played when there was the West Indies full unit was not available. There was a boycott gone, and Shane Dowdich, I'm sure he made his debut against Bangladesh, if I'm not wrong. He made 78. He was the highest scorer yesterday with 6 fours and 1 6. Chase impressed with a very good knock of 76, which was a strokeful knock, I would say, where he stroked 11 boundaries. Mohammed made 55, and the lower order really came. And Brathwaite, we all know, he's one of those compact and a very technically perfect player. He was there unbeaten on 50 when today West Indies, the cricket board President's 11, were bowled out on the second day. As right now it's the innings break, and they were all out for 382. Brathwaite was not out on 50 of 42 balls, 3 fours and 5 sixes. And then it was a pretty easy wrap-up by Mitchell Marsh and Nathan Lyon of the tail, as Warrington was out for naught, Mindleaf was out for naught, and Miguel Cummins was out for 6, and 382 all out board person. But I thought West Indies cricket board person Sullivan did a good job against the Australian pace bowlers. Josh Hazelwood, 19 overs, 7 maidens, 36 runs and 2 wickets. Peter Siddle, 21 overs, 4 maidens, 264. Nathan Lyon bowled 28 overs, 5 maidens, 87 runs and 2 wickets. Mitchell Marsh, 14 overs, 4 maidens, 40 runs and 2 wickets. Fawad Ahmed, 28 5, 113 and 2 wickets. But all the spoils were shared by all the bowlers, and Adam Boak bowled 4 overs for 13. Till now, I don't see the Australian reply has started. Other than that, dear fans, before I leave, I'll just give you some cricket news, saying that Ireland, Murtagh and Ed Joyce have decided that they no longer will be playing any T20 matches because they want to concentrate. They have a feeling that Ireland would be given test status, and they would like to concentrate on the one-day internationals and the test version of things. So that is the news which is coming up from Ireland. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, I hope you all like my cricket broadcast as usual. Thanks for your company and your thanks for your continuous support to the cricket show. Your host Ram will leave you right now by informing you that tomorrow I'll be back by talking about this particular two matches. So that I'll be back with probably a summary of the first day's play in the second test between England and New Zealand in the Investec Test series, and also, as you know, Zimbabwe and Pakistan. So probably that should be a cricket update. So probably when I wait on, but definitely I'll be there to talk about those two matches. Other than that, there's nothing to add here. And see you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye from Host Ram Studios. Thank you.